On this week's Hot List, no free lunch. The president's school meal program is entering its second year. Will hygiene and money kill it? Dream destination, Bali is named this year's best tourist spot in the world for the first time. Does the reality match the hype? And sugar time, why more younger women are dating older men, and it's not only about money. Hello and welcome. This is Hot Indonesia. I'm Dalton Tanonaka in Jakarta. Let's get going. Here are my co-hosts. Shahnaz Suhartono is a writer, wellness advisor, and former model. I want to get that in there.
Former model.
Well,
wow.
okay, you can still model. And Sandiaga Uno is the former Minister of Tourism, very successful entrepreneur, and guitar player.
And a former
model.
former Hot Indonesia.
Yeah, and future model. Okay. Hot topic number one, no free lunch. A flagship promise in the last presidential election was free meals for public school students. Prabowo Subianto was aiming at increasing the nutrition of 83 million young people. But critics attacked the diverting of funding from other programs, and then a lack of proper hygiene resulted in 6,000 kids getting food poisoning in year one. The program's initial budget was more than $10 billion. Now in September, if you guys remember, a group of food professionals and economists called for a temporary stop to the free lunches. Sandy, to you first. No one's against feeding school kids, right? Yeah. So how did this mess happen?
This is huge priority for the president. And when we were preparing for his 2014 campaign, it's already there. And in 2019, when I was running with Prabowo, we also focused on this program. I guess we need to improve the hygiene aspect, the food handling, the food security, as well as the food safety. Because
but that's what we got to do. But how did it get to this point? Did they rush it in too fast, or why did those things weren't in place?
The program, because as I remember in 2019, it involves a lot of mom and pop, small medium enterprises who's normally handling meals for the kids in the school anyway, and it changed the whole supply chain involving new organizations. And this is something that we need to look very carefully and make sure, because you're feeding much needed nutrition for the kids.
So maybe the program wasn't set up well enough in preparation for this. And
the priority is correct, but I think the implementations needs to be improved.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, Sandy mentioned the factors that cause the sick kids: quality control, proper equipment, and an enormous distribution system where you got to truck meals out, and in that time maybe bacteria grows. Yeah. So Shahnaz, as the mother of a young son, are you trusting the government meals right now after 1 year?
No, and 6,000, I don't think it's a small number. So again, I don't think it should continue in its current form. So I guess it should continue, but only if it improved drastically. Again, we talk about strict food safety standards and also professional kitchen management. I don't think that's easy to handle. It's very delicate. It's a delicate matter, and it's our kids we're talking about. And you trust these schools, these kitchens to give the best food to our kid. So I mean, the trust here is, I don't know, it's a bit violated. Seeing those food being eaten by those kids, I just feel very terrible.
Your heart breaks. But it wouldn't be a sign of weakness to step back, right, Sam? I mean, the president would look strong. He said, let's stop it and fix it first.
Let's basically implement a stricter food safety protocols and do more trainings, how to handle food, stronger coordinations between government and businesses, because businesses needs to be educated, and this program not only would be able to feed our kids, but also to move the economy and create good quality jobs.
Can it be fixed as a work in progress, or do you need to stop it entirely and step back?
I think it doesn't need to stop, but it's sort of like need to refocus on not the numbers, but the quality and the food safety because they are ramping it up to 80 million kids. So now it's only probably 1/3 or about half. So you need to really make sure, especially in the areas, in the rural areas, that it's very hard to deliver the food.
Yeah, that's the challenge though, right? Because the program itself, it's called Makanan Bergizi Gratis, but I don't think it's nutritious in so many ways because we've seen all those.
What's on a plate of lunch? Do you know?
You have to have proteins, you have to have what do you call
Starch.
Starch
and a vegetable or fruit.
yeah, or milk, protein, and everything. I don't think it's that nutritious for a kid.
Milk is very
Yeah, milk is very important, and we've seen all those fruits. The fruits are so, oh my gosh, it's for me it's saddening because I gave my son everything that he wants, the best food. So it's kind of heartbreaking.
But you know,
No durian.
people love that though.
No durian for me.
But it's healthy. But you know, your son is fortunate to have you as a mom. But a lot of it is not about the nutrition; it's about the cost. I mean, to provide free lunch, that is a noble goal, and I applaud the president for that. But you can't do it hastily, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, the preparation needs to
Well,
be.
yeah.
We tried it in Jakarta for selected schools during my time.
How did that go?
Hit and miss, because in some areas it worked very well, but in some areas, and it has something to do with supply chain, with the readiness of the ecosystem surrounding the school. So it cannot be like a cookie cutter for the entire nations. It has to be some local wisdom, basically the food that would work well in other parts of the countries may not work well. So it has to be very delicate in terms of implementing this very, very important program.
And I think it's important. Shahnaz says, stop it. Sadi said, you can continue it while, you fix it while it's in progress. You know, we need to hire, they should have hired, maybe they did, I don't know, but hire food professionals to run these things. And I understand the military and other government leaders were involved in overseeing this program because of the mass numbers. I read that the military could feed a lot of people, so they know how to do it, which is not necessarily translated into school kids. And they got to study programs like, you guys know, Japan's school lunches are like going to a Japanese restaurant. I mean, it's fabulous. I want to go to school just to have their lunch, you know, because the free lunch program is really important for those who need the nutrition and for those who can't afford it. So let's see, we hope that it will continue in the right way. Okay, Hot Indo will continue shortly with Dream Destination. Does Bali deserve being named Best Tourist Spot in the World for 2026? The streets of the city are filled with people, cars, motorbikes, and unexpected obstacles to getting where you're going. But Drive Time gets you there in a unique live hour on the road. Watch as we navigate through the crowded capital to deliver people, packages, and even pasta to their destinations. Live and interactive on TIC and all social media platforms. Drive Time on the new Indonesia Channel. You're watching Hot Indonesia with Shahnaz, Sandy, and me. Here's hot topic number 2, Dream Destination. It's always been in the top 10, but now for the first time ever, Bali was named as the best tourist destination in the world by the website TripAdvisor. The award is based on reviews and comments from travelers over the past year. TripAdvisor calling Bali a living postcard. Now, following Bali on the list were London. That surprised me a little bit. Dubai, Hanoi, and Paris. You know, I was just in Bali this past weekend. Always enjoy the getaway, but there are problems in paradise, and we want to talk about that a little later. Let's get to the positives first. Shahnaz, are you a Bali lover?
Of course I am.
Why?
Because I love the smell of Bali. That's just like the distinct thing that I really love about Bali, is when you landed on
What do
an
you smell?
airplane. It smells of, I don't know, flowers and all the what do you call that? The incense. It's just so captivating for me, and I always feel like when I go to Bali, I don't want to go home to Jakarta, but still, the last time I went there, the traffic was bad. The traffic was so bad.
We'll talk about that.
But the food is good. The food is always good.
And a lot of upside. You know,
yes, and I love the wellness industry there.
that is a big part of the culture
Yes.
and the business there. Now, Sandy, as the former tourism minister, I don't have to tell you what the upsides of Bali are, but what remains to you as a former leader, plus being a person who travels and likes to take a break every now and then? What remain the main attractions of the island of the gods?
I live in Bali during COVID because it was very, very sad during COVID. Everything is closed, the economy is not moving.
And that's
people
when you were a
losing
tourism
jobs.
minister, right?
And I
During
was
COVID. Yeah, you were
tourism minister, and I said, what can I do? So I learned a lot about Bali during that 6-9 months of we moved the headquarters of the tourism ministry to Bali.
I didn't realize that.
So we worked out of Bali, and we realized that the attractions to Bali is not just nature and culture, but the philosophy of life of Balinese, which is the Trihita Karana, that you have to really respect the creator, you respect the nature, your environment, you respect fellow human beings. So this is really an experience-based tourism when you go to Bali, and this is something why people always want to go back to Bali.
And that's what the comments say on TripAdvisor. It's the culture and it's that feeling that Shahnaz said. But I mentioned problems, and hopefully the problems have not overtaken this good feeling about culture and everything. But it's getting closer, right? I mean, the island's leaders know them well as the residents who live there. Traffic are at the top of the list. It used to be fairly easy to go from your hotel in Nusa Dua or Jimbaran to go to Ubud, like an hour at the most. Now it's a 2-hour ordeal, right? So, Shahnaz, what does the government need to do now to prevent the balance from tipping?
When it comes to, I don't know, the biggest problem, I think it's the traffic. So I think with all the rentals, the cars and motorcycles, and people who don't really know about the traffic there, it's making things a lot harder. They put their motorcycle and cars everywhere. I think that's the main problem, because I really want to experience Bali like back in the old days.
And that wasn't too long ago.
That wasn't too long ago, and it was crazy, when you have to go to places, and when you want to go to places, and you have to take about 2 hours to go there.
Double your travel time.
Yes, and there was this time when I was stuck like 2 hours, and I cannot go anywhere, and it was just stand still, and it was so frustrating, and it made me feel, I don't know, traumatized, I think.
Well, it's infrastructure then, right? I mean, but Sandy, as a businessman and a former government official, to widen roads, to build infrastructure, you have to displace people. And it takes money to do that too, right?
The answer, yes, public transport system that's better, but Bali should really focus on quality and sustainability, and building more roads is going to link to over-tourism. I prefer to go to West Bali or North Bali, whereby the area is still very, very quiet, the quality of air pristine, and the culture is amazing in western part of Bali, eastern part of Bali. 85 to 90% of the tourists focus in south part of Bali. In particular, the Badung, Nusa Dua, Kuta, Canggu, Sanur. This is where the congestion is. And that's why we said that we need to move our attentions to build infrastructures on the west part and the north part of
Another
Bali.
airport?
Maybe not now. Just use the current one that is already operating in Banyuwangi. And then we use the connectivity of the ferries to, by boats, to different part of Bali. So you redistribute the tourists as well as the economic activity to other parts of Bali.
Has that idea begun? Begun?
It's coming, and more people now visiting western part of Bali, and it's beautiful. Secondly, it's about sustainability, because if you keep on focusing more on South Bali, it's not going to be sustainable. People are going to lose the charm of Bali. The paddy field will be gone, and
The women taking a bath on the side of the road. I mean, that's a sight. I mean, I'm not talking, like that, but I'm talking. It's a cultural thing that is fun to see.
and it's if you focus more on different part of Bali, I think Bali will be sustainable. And visit village tourism. If you go to the village, then you experience.
But how do you get there? See, we have to start now. But how do you alleviate problems now? I mean, the roads
So
are
we would
already
fly.
overburdened.
We would fly into Banyuwangi, and then spend a day in Banyuwangi, which is like very, very nice now, and then take a short ferry to western part of Bali, and then spend like a week. And I think more and more tourists are now landing, international tourists landing in Surabaya and do an overland trip to Bromo, Banyuwangi, and then to Bali.
That's a
On the
nice
ferry,
idea.
taking
And
the car.
then once you're done, you can go to the south part of Bali and fly out from.
As the
wherever.
last part of your trip. Now, Shahnaz, you mentioned the Hindu culture, the people, the cuisine, the beaches. I get why TripAdvisor ranked it as it did compared to other destinations. Bali has so much going for it still. But to remain at number one, we got to take care of and do some planning. Your last words on this subject.
I guess one of the problems that I see also, a lot of my Jakartans friend, they have a property there in Bali, and they aim to I have to buy something in Bali, and I think that's a problem because I don't know. I just feel Bali is lovely to visit, but you don't have to own a land there because.
What's bad about that?
I think it's supposed to. It's a holy land, and I think it should belong to the culture, to the
Somebody's
people
selling
there.
it.
I know, but with all these buildings, the constructions and everything, and all Jakartans have something there. I don't think it's.
I don't have.
You don't have anything?
I don't own a property in Bali.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
I think
You're
that's
not
a
on our
problem.
bad list then.
Yeah, I think that's a problem.
I'd like to move and stay in different parts of
Yeah,
Bali.
I like that too.
Yeah. Well, yeah. Why own when you can rent?
But I think to use this momentum, Dalton, is how we could really now focus more on quality experience, sustainability, the nature and culture, and how we could create Bali as really what
keep it
supposed
as
to
it
be
is.
a sustainable tourism.
But we got to hold back the masses, especially after this honor. More people are coming this year.
Yeah. But I think it's like if you're looking at a beautiful woman, you can look at her and adore her without trying to, flirt with her. I mean, that's the analogy for me. I think I like to look at
So just look
Bali.
and don't
just
buy.
look at it. Don't
no,
buy
no,
it.
not buy. I
You
know
don't
what that
have to
means.
own her.
Hey, that's the next
you
subject.
don't have to
Okay,
own her.
more Hot Indo is ahead. Sugar time. It's not always about the money. Why younger women are going for older men.
Setiap organisasi memiliki potensi yang besar yang menunggu untuk dibangkitkan. Pradaim didirikan oleh para ahli bersertifikasi. Kami hadir untuk mengembangkan mindset dan keterampilan manusia dengan kurikulum custom, interactive learning, dan metode coaching yang relevan dengan kebutuhan perusahaan. Hasilnya adalah perubahan nyata dalam performa, komunikasi, dan budaya kerja.
Paradigm. We don't teach, we educate.
You're watching Hot Indonesia from Jakarta. Hot topic number 3, sugar time. It's been the subject of many portrayals in pop culture, and the trend of young women dating older men continues to grow. Psychology Today says it's about seeking emotional maturity and better communication, especially for Gen Z women. Critics say it's all about the money. Okay, no, there remains the transactional relationship, but we're not talking about those. Okay. But those are usually okay for those involved. So that's another thing. But Sandy, as a more mature man, no problem with this trend, right?
No, it's love is in the air.
You're romantic like me.
I'm a very hopelessly romantic guy.
Very good, brother. Good. That's it?
Yeah. We need more love, more romance, and
That's not the question. The question is the age gap is the question.
well, when the age gap is there, but the communication is also there, and the caring, the loving, and I think it actually breached the expectations.
Really?
Yeah, it's younger women are much smarter now, and the older guys. I'm not looking at you, but the longer you have,
You
more,
are looking at me.
You have more knowledge, and you could have better communication.
Those are the reasons why
it's better communication.
surveys like this come out. But one quick one.
It's not financial.
Really?
I could,
Those
well,
are
financial
different
is
category.
part.
That's a different
That
category.
means economic stability.
Yeah,
I mean-
But it is not just the money. My wife said, no, it must be the money.
I hate to genderize it, but women will say that. But real quick on there's no religious factors involved in this. I mean, there's in the majority religion, there's nothing that says everything's okay or it's nothing. So we wipe that out
it's
completely.
okay. And guys are getting healthier even at the older age, and they could really be
Yes.
have a vibrant,
We're healthy
playing
as hell.
basketball
Yeah.
twice a week
Yep,
and
yep.
and running marathons.
Okay, that's the argument for men. Now, Shahnaz, you're a single mom, right? And is age a factor for you?
For me, no, but
Yeah.
No, that's good.
but
But
I'm just
uh-oh,
and it's hard for me to
spit it out.
Yeah, okay. But my friend, she's like now 40-ish. She just said to me last night that she's seeing this 25-year-old guy.
Oh, that's the other
Oh,
one.
the other way around.
And I think it's just refreshing. It's a breath of fresh air now that we can talk about dating life in a more experimental approach.
But see, that's a different topic, I think. Older women and younger men.
No, but I think the
factors
age gap. About the age gap, I think it's okay nowadays.
And also, in religiously speaking, it's also okay. The prophets married an older woman.
Right? Nice.
Okay, I'm not arguing against it. As an even more mature man than Sandy, for me, it's always been more about heart and mind, right? I mean, and rather than body. And I'm not talking physical body, but just the age factor. There are women my age who act like kids, and there are women who are younger who I take advice from. So, and there's the issue of wanting kids, right? If you're an older man and you want kids, you have to date a younger woman.
It's another
correct?
issue. It's another issue. But I think
But that could be the deal breaker for some people like.
yeah, I guess. But relationships are again delicate, right?
Okay, so we agree, male and female here, that the age gap because I'm seeing it more in the malls here.
Yeah.
Are you
and out on our streets.
experiencing one?
That's a good question, Sandy, and we'll explore that.
So to you,
Thank you for the rescue.
No, I was about to ask to you. What is the normal age gap? Is it 20
Well, you know
years,
what?
30 years?
You know what Oprah Winfrey said? She said, you never date someone half your age plus 7. It has to be older than that. Half your age plus 7 is the minimum you're supposed to do. I don't know who made that up, but figure if you're 60 and you take half of it, 30, and then you add 7, so no one under 30. But that's a little.
I've seen Dalton
Maybe no Sam,
way
come on.
younger than
Well,
37.
Because she works out. But that's what they say. But again, you're right, Sam. Age is not the factor. It's about the person. So yes, okay, we all agree. Now it is feedback time, and I think we'll get some after this week. Regarding our discussion last week about the former education minister on trial for corruption, Pipit in Amsterdam asks this: isn't it too sensitive to talk about it because Indonesia has enough turmoil with political issues? Well, it's what we do, Pipit, talk about all the issues, even sensitive ones. And Dimas in Bandung, Indonesia said this simply: welcome back. How to contact us with your feedback? Email at hotindonesiachannel.world or comment through our Hot Indonesia or Indonesia Channel X and Facebook, Instagram, and YouTube pages. Final words, Shahnaz.
I think I want to say thank you to my dog Pablo, because he's been around for almost 13 years now, and I overlook him almost every day. But I think I want to say thank you to him, because he made the house warmer and my heart softer.
Make sure he's watching when this airs. Now you go. Final words, Sandy.
To all my entrepreneurs friends, I know 2026 economic outlook looks still very, very tough, but keep on investing, keep on putting your money to the table and create good quality jobs. Indonesia's economy needs it, and let's create wonders for 2026.
And my final words, and may I plug something? We created something fresh here on the Indonesia Channel. Every morning we go live for 1 hour on the streets of the city with a camera mounted on a motorbike helmet. Okay, and what it does, it goes through the streets, and not only does it run on our channel, but it runs on all our social media platforms. So more access, more viewers, and for people who support us to get more people watching us. So it's kind of a neat, unique hybrid experiment, so hope people tune in every weekday morning at 8 a.m. And that is Hot Indonesia for this week. For Shahnaz Suhartono and Sandy Uno, I'm Dalton Tananaka. Thank you for watching. Please join us again next time.